Hello everyone, I'm Olivalar and I'm back playing the first tree. Oh my god, I feel like this is a reoccurring nightmare because I simply just can't get past this. Anyway, that's none of your concern. I am using a new recording software, so hopefully this goes well. I'd love to hear any and all feedback and comments, and hit subscribe and like if you can. Okay, so here we go, we are off. We are playing, remember, here we go, we are off. We are playing as this wonderful little fox. We are looking for her babies, and we know that they are not doing so well. One is definitely dead. It was attacked by another animal. And so this journey with the fox has been paralleled by this incredible, I don't want to say coming of age story, but there have been two voiceover narrators that have been talking during the journey, and it's been really incredibly emotionally impactful and dealing with a lot of themes of growing up and moving away, and I believe realizing that your parents themselves are also people just trying to figure it out, and rebellion and everything that comes along with being a teenager. So I'm really excited to see where we go with this, and I hope you're enjoying it as much as I am. It's certainly, look at the colors in this level, just, oh wow, so amazing. Okay, so we are going to jump. Oh, my double jump skills are looking pretty good today. Jump. I don't want to jinx myself. Been having some trouble with the... Whoa! Okay. Whew. And here we go. So this isn't the tree. I decided to take a right turn there at the beginning of this location. Oh. Did I do it? There we go. Oh, wow. And so there was a big tree. I don't know if it was the first tree, but it was a tree that I think we're supposed to head towards. So I just wanted to see if I could grab any points of light over here, and if there's any of those columns of light where you get more of the narrative. So right now, not really seeing any. Oh! Love this game because you can just jump right off a cliff and your little fox is going to be just fine. So, keep moving. Like I've said in some of the previous videos, I'm really trying to get, as there's one, as much of a narrative as possible. So, forgive me if I have missed a couple of columns of light, but just doing the best that I can. So here we go, we're about to come on. We can pick up the narrative right where we left off.
On our property, there were old abandoned pieces of a shed and car long left unused. I used to ask him all the time who those people were that left all this junk, and I'm sure he got so tired of hearing it that he made up some elaborate stories how a brown bear ate them and haunted the woods afterwards. What's funny is I think it made those people seem more real. Growing up thinking they were still hanging out like they couldn't say goodbye. I used to tell my friends how I could swear I saw spirits move near the water, and that always freaked them out. I guess it didn't bother me, because the way I saw it, they were normal people with old cars and sheds, just trying to figure out how to survive and be happy in the middle of nowhere. It was a cool thought that they didn't want to leave, but you know, I was a weird kid.
Well, you had good company since those ghosts like living in a place where they were brutally devoured.
I don't think liking ghost stories or feeling an attachment. Oh shoot, that was not very good. I will give that another try. Everyone, at least I think, many kids growing up are intrigued by ghost stories, and gives you kind of a sense of home identity when you have a story like that. Okay, I'm gonna keep moving. I don't know, it builds and fosters the ideas of building memories around your home, maybe not just your house, but your hometown as well. And maybe thinking that the old ghosts like to hang around where they were killed, that might be a little strange, but who's to say, right? I mean, I can remember some ghost stories about the home that I grew up in. Like, I definitely thought there were some ghosts hanging around, but luckily I never had a insidious interaction with them. It was always relatively harmless. I kind of always imagined it as, I'm not gonna mess with you guys if you don't mess with me. So this is the tree I was talking about earlier in the episode.
Even at my most distant, at the times when I detested him the most, he kept reaching out. For a year straight, he asked me every week when we were going camping. I thought he was just dense. Eventually, to shut him up, I agreed. We carried out the worn lawn chairs from the garage and set up a cinder block campfire at the site we'd always used behind the house. We walked down the mountain path, talking in the warm sunshine we only got a couple months of the year. Those 3 obsidian rocks shimmered alongside the shore, almost like sparklers pressed against a dark window. I'll never forget that wet stone on my feet, or how those massive mountains looked even bigger in the lake's reflection. I felt small, but grateful. As the sun set, my dad found something I hadn't seen for a long time. The tree where I'd made my first carving when I was 6. I hadn't even carved it. My dad had helped me, but I still called it my tree. Something about seeing my name there made me open up, and we talked about everything that night in that old camouflage tent. I told him how much I loved sketching and design, and how it would be a dream to study architecture in Seattle. I told him how I didn't get along with my friends much anymore, but that I didn't mind being alone. He told me he was there for me, and he joked that if all he had to do was write my name on a tree to finally get me to talk, he would have left me carved logs with novels on them in front of my room every morning. I don't know why it took me that long to realize it, but it was then I knew how much he had sacrificed for me. My dad built a lot of stuff in his free time. If he wasn't watching fly fishing or reading Tom Clancy novels, he was carving something. He made tons of birdhouses. Not that he was into bird watching, but I think he really missed working and adding on to the home. If he couldn't afford the time to build onto our own house, he would have to settle with watching birds move into their little homes. We kept an old mattress in the bed of that ugly yellow truck, so we would drive it deep into the woods and then watch the birds fly into their houses while the sun set. Usually it was accompanied by venison jerky or a cold Coke, but not a lot of talking, which is how we both liked it.
There's something very poetic in the way that the narration is written and read, I suppose, but I definitely think the accompanying visuals of the fox, searching help that along, and the music as well. But the way I'm thinking right now of how he said, the way the sun shined off the obsidian rocks on the shore, like, it's this, like, beautiful, nostalgic, pastoral telling of this son's relationship with his father. I think it's just incredibly beautiful and moving. Incredibly unique.
We were happiest underneath the evergreens. We decided it was time to finally map out the hundreds of acres we lived on just to pass the time during the summer. He was only free in the evenings, so I would spend the day wasting time on dial-up internet and sketching, and then we would rush into the woods, pen and map in hand, before evening fell. Sometimes the aurora borealis would cast a cold green glow on the mountainside, and we would finish our route underneath a twilight sky. Sometimes I was lonely during those summer days, but there was comfort in the routine.
A lot of teenagers aren't looking for the daily grind, though. There's nothing wrong with wanting to get out, to leave your childhood home. You wanted to progress, to make something of yourself.
Yeah, you're right. That house. I'm sure it's the same as how I left it. But then why does it feel so different?
I doubt you're the only adult to have looked back and asked that question.
Missed that one, but we're gonna keep moving anyway. It seems like this whole story about from the narrators, not the story about the fox, is centering around not just this father-son relationship. That's kind of like the events that are unfolding, but it seems like this Joseph feels an incredible amount of guilt. And I can't recall if we know yet what's happened to his father. Because I will admit I've played this once before, and where is that sound coming from? Played this once before, so I know what happened, and I don't want to spoil it. But I don't think we have. Why can't I do this? I always am struggling with this. Uh-oh. Come on. Upsy daisy. You get it? Come on. Man, I think you just have to be in like exactly right angle. I am just struggling right now. Get it? Come on. Come on. Oh. Come on. Why can't I do this? Oh my gosh. What am I doing wrong here? Oh, I'm going to try and approach it from a different angle. No! Oh! Thank goodness this is difficult. Gosh. Please, what am I doing wrong? There we go! Golly! Okay, so I believe when we went over to the tree that I guess we can assume is Joseph's tree, that he mentioned am I going the right way? I can't see where I'm going. That he mentioned he carved at one point with his dad. There was that kind of tangle of vines. How do I get out of here? Tangle of vines. Now this is where I just was. I need to get up and out. go. Why was that so difficult? Okay. Whew. We're going out. And so I was saying before, there was that tangle of vines. And when we stepped on that third pedestal, is this gonna wrap back around again? I am not entirely sure I was going in the right direction. But when we stepped on that third pedestal, it sounded as if those vines might have opened up and revealed a new path, which could be a very interesting bit of symbolism. Like, Joseph is remembering all of these things that happened with his father. He's kind of confronting the unfinished business, let's say, he had with his dad, or maybe confronting that guilt, trying to unstop that guilt, you know, those gross negative feelings, or especially guilt, and really clog up your mental psyche and just kind of become debilitating. So maybe, in a way, the vines opening up and revealing a new path is supposed to be symbolic for Joseph as well. So we just gotta get back up over this hill. Oh, look how beautiful that is. Oh my gosh. Oh, look, some... Okay, so I believe we're back to the main road that I started on in the beginning of this video. So I'm going to pick these up. And then we go through. Here we go. Okay, there's the tree. So this, I think I might have picked up the columns of light out of order. And I don't know if there's really a true order, because they can all kind of seamlessly be read out of order and you still get the idea of their relationship. But I think this one was meant to be last, because you read or you hear about how he carved the tree, you pick up this last pedestal, and let's say theoretically you're on the pedestal, and then boom, the vines open, and that would have been incredible to behold, but alas, I did it out of order. Oh, there's another animal. Oh, okay. Oh, so we know what happened. Can I get up here? How am I supposed to get up there to gather them? Be able. I don't want to fall off. Oh. Am I stuck? What's going on? Can I get it? Yes, I got it! That's incredible. Okay, here we go. And keep moving to get this little one. And I wonder if I'll be able to get up to this one. Oh, am I gonna fall? Please don't fall. Okay. We'll leave that one, because I want to get on with the story.
The perpetrator stood nearby, unfazed, like nothing was wrong. My dad is dead, and he's never coming back, Rachel. I can tell you these stories, but I can never reminisce with him again. He can never hold a grandchild that we'll probably never be able to have. I can never talk to him again, and I'll never be able to say I'm sorry. For everything.
So we chase the wolf. and get this one. There we go. So I suppose this is kind of those vines opening up were like getting to the heart of the trauma. His dad has passed away. He's dead. Joseph might be feeling in this moment, kind of lost and alone in this big, huge world, and feeling so much despair and not being able to ever see his father again, to talk to him, and very much like this little fox, she knows that 2 of her babies are dead. Going. I think that's another major message of this game. You just gotta keep going. Because one day, eventually, it'll get a little bit better. And then it'll get better, and then it'll get better, and you'll learn to live again. You'll feel... There'll always be a part of you, certainly, that isn't gonna feel okay, but you keep going, keep trying. Gotta go to bed. You know, I've actually found when I'm feeling really sad or upset or, you know, what have you, feeling down, feeling blue, sometimes the best solution is just to go to sleep. Because more often than not, being tired adds to your whole feeling of unhappiness. And so then when you get some sleep and wake up and it's a new day, usually you'll feel a little bit better. Okay, looks like we're going to be entering a new area, and we'll get a glimpse of it, hopefully. Oh, yes, I remember this part. It's so beautiful. And everything in this game is so beautiful. I feel like that's what I always say. But anyway, okay, I've got to call it here.
Joseph, you can't go to sleep feeling like this. I'm sorry for everything, and I know you need space, but I'm here for you. You don't need to feel so lost. Joseph, have I ever told you what my mother was like?
Okay, I'm going to end the video here, and I know I say I just can't talk enough about how beautiful this game is, but aside from it being visually beautiful, visually stunning, I mean, look at this, come on. It is emotionally beautiful. It is the story, this is unlike any game that I've experienced thus far. It helps you cope, helps you learn how you can deal with these sorts of emotions when you're at a point in your life that's just sort of filled with despair. So I love discussing this. I love talking about it. Please leave me any comments, any thoughts. Let me know what you like. Let me know what you don't like, what's working, what's not working. Please feel free to just subscribe. I would really appreciate it. And I will see you in the next video. All right, bye.